we're doing a treatment called Profhilo, which is very new on the market, and Waterhouse Young, where we are at the moment in Devonshire Street in London, is one of the only places that does it in the UK at the moment. Like I said, it's a very new procedure. It's very quick, it only takes about 10 minutes. It's relatively painless. It's 5 injections either side of the face, which are measured specifically to the shape of your face, basically, where the injections are put in. You have 2 of these a month apart, and you actually start seeing the results. When do you start seeing the results, honey?
It's very individual depending on the age and the quality of your skin as your baseline. However, most people should see a result by a month after their second treatment.
Right.
But some people, depending on their age and their skin quality, can actually see results in a week or two.
Explain what Profhilo is. It's
So Profhilo is an injectable treatment. It's hyaluronic acid, which is what is also in filler, but it's quite distinct from filler in the way that the molecules aren't bound together with bonds and there's no additive. So it's just a very pure, very natural product. And it's injected into the skin, quite superficially into the mid to deep dermis, and the role of Profhilo, the effect it has, is that it's a tissue stimulator and it has a skin remodeling effect. So it should improve natural volume. It's not a direct volumizer like filler is, but it should also improve the quality of the skin and also start tightening the skin with its hydro lift action. It's quite a gradual, natural process, but it's great, and it actually works really well alongside skincare, skin rejuvenation treatments, and also filler and Botox, because they kind of all just work together to enhance each other. So it's great, and it's also great for those who are slightly nervous about filler or they're not quite there yet, but they want to do something to start kind of being a bit more proactive to preventing aging. Yeah.
My skin, because I've been coming here to Waterhouse Young since it opened, they've taken care of my skin. And one of the things that I will always say, and I truly believe this, is if you find a skincare clinic or whatever that really does take care of you and looks after your best interests and your skin and you're happy with it, stick with them. Because what happens is a lot of people go to different places, and to get things like filler,
that's fine, carry on.
and injections like Botox. If you go to lots of different places, they'll always give you sort of lots of different ideas, and you can end up looking quite odd, and I have noticed that on quite a few people. But if you go to the same place, like obviously I've been coming to Waterhouse Young, everything is extremely subtle. Syra, for example, who's doing the treatment on me now, is incredibly conservative with Botox and any kind of fillers. She always goes for the absolute minimum, and I mean, which is why I would never ever go anywhere else, because it's never a dramatic look, or a dramatic difference. She just enhances very gently, maybe places that as my age has gone, as I've gotten older. She just enhances that, to give me a more youthful look. And I think that's that's one of the reasons why, Waterhouse Young and their therapists are so incredible.
Little injections each side. Might be a little bit of a kind of sharp scratch and a kind of momentary stinging sensation, but it will all be over in about 5 minutes, okay?
You know how hardcore I
know you're hardcore. Alright, just position yourself that way.
Okay. I'm so what I hate when it comes to stuff.
You have to be alright, maybe.
Okay, so the sensation that I'm feeling now is I have quite a high tolerance to pain. But because they're injecting something which is quite a thick liquid, isn't it, darling? It's quite thick. Someone might think it's slightly more painful than just like a tiny jab like Botox, for example, because it's a sort of longer process to get the thickness of the liquid into the skin. But as I say, for me, it's over in, you know, as soon as the needle comes out, it's over the sensation of the stinging.
Okay, with the one here. So you might, Adela, have a couple of tiny little bumps, or a little bump at the injection site. This will dissipate within 24 hours. There's nothing for you to worry about. It's just, you know, part and parcel of having this treatment because of the nature of the injection and the consistency of the product.
Yes.
Within 20, probably by tomorrow morning, you won't even notice it actually. Okay, last one this side. Okay, well done, you did really well.
Don't I always?
Always. Non-perfect patient.
When it comes to beauty, I can tolerate any kind of pain. I think one of the most important things to remember before you have any kind of injectables is to stay away from omegas, the vitamins, and any kind of like Nurofen Plus. What would you call that, darling? It's a
non-steroidal anti-inflammatory. It's an anti-inflammatory, yeah, painkiller.
Because it will increase the bleeding. Is there anything else you should stay away from?
Well, anything that thins the blood. So certainly, I'd abstain from alcohol for 24 hours before.
Yeah.
You know, if you're on aspirin, again, yeah, ibuprofen because it acts as a blood thinner. Omegas,
Yes.
You're absolutely right. Great for the circulation, but it does increase your risk of bruising.
Yeah. And I take a lot of omegas because I do have a problem with circulation. So if I'm bleeding now, it's because I take a lot of omegas, 3, 6 and 9. Amazing. So you see how quick that was? So like I say, it's 2 sessions, 1 month apart, and then apparently you really start noticing a difference a month after this, and this is my second treatment, so I will be showing you the results.
And then, we've already establishing a bit of a response. So I would say probably we would need 6 monthly for maintenance treatment. So repeat the process again in about 6 months.
Okay, fantastic. Now, a treatment like this costs how much for 2 sessions?
So for one area, 2 sessions, 1 month apart, we charge £975.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the effects last for 6 months.
Absolutely. Well, it is you have to take it on a very case-by-case basis because, we can treat anyone between 30 and, 70 or even beyond that. And you can imagine that people do respond a bit differently. So depending on where you are, if you're, kind of peri, post-menopausal, it may be that, you may require, it may take a little bit longer to see the effects. And also, you may need a little, more frequent treatments, or the maintenance treatments.
Right.
The interval might be a little bit closer, like 3 months rather than 6 months. So we just have to take everyone as an individual, really, and assess their response.
But it's a much more natural thing than having obviously Botox and fillers put inside you.
Yeah.
It's a more natural look, and it gives you a more youthful look.
Absolutely.
And it's preventative.
Yeah. There's absolutely no risk of overdoing it or looking overdone with this procedure. As I said, it's not a direct volumizer like filler is. Filler is fantastic, and it doesn't kind of take away the need for those who do actually need filler. It just complements that. But what it can do is, it just lifts, tightens the skin, improves the quality of the skin. You'll notice it feels firmer, plumper, and just more vibrant, really, because it does actually improve the kind of surface texture as well, to some degree. So it's a great treatment.
And what are you putting on now, arnica?
Yes, a touch of arnica cream.
Okay.
I don't think you'll have any bruising.
So, in case you didn't know, arnica is great to prevent bruises, to prevent bruising, and I mean most people put it on after a treatment like this, don't they? So yeah, arnica is fantastic.